afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything and amazing, spectacular Propagandacast from your host and Pearl Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda. Off here to everything spectacular and amazing. 1v1 on Kholodny Ferma. In the west it is Elpern, fighting for the Oberkommando West Germany. Deutschland. Taking on the role here of the glorious 3rd Panzer Division with elite armour, featuring the 221 Scout Car, emergency repairs, the Panzer Commander, heat shells, and the Sturmtiger versus needs to this Oddball. Always there with his positive waves, this time fighting for the Soviet Union. And the Red Army taking on the role here of the 2nd Guard Tank Corps with Guard Motor, Guard Rifle, and airborne troops tactics with anti-tank and machine gun and infantry bulletins. We got a double constart here for him, double full grenadiers for Elpern, probably a fast track into a fast 2-1 as well, they involved. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my Patreon supporters, these titans of, well, support, who keep me going in these times. Big thanks to you. And for anyone else who's not there, part of these heroes, they can of course join Patreon themselves for pledging there. Links in the description. They could just pop a donation one time via PayPal. It would also make me happy. And as always, otherwise, you can just comment, like, share, and subscribe, and press the bell button. Fight the YouTube algorithms. Do a good cause. Anyways, in the south here, troops moving up there. Mix of infantry related doctrines thereby for Oddball. Certainly two of them very much emphasise to conscripts. At the same time, also have elite infantry involved. Of course, you finally got Motor Classic. Sturmpionier in the north here for Elpern with a Sturmgewehr 44. Triple conscript there for Oddball. Fulton moving towards the centre here. Got the pawn there. Looks like we're seeing the first shots fired here between the conscript and the Fulton. Here caught negative cover. The Fulton they will take more damage since in negative cover units are easy to hit, but they also take increased damage from all sources. So that's a bit of a fun thing to keep in mind. We always want to be careful about moving about in negative cover too much. Of course, by getting heavy cover up there is also a big deal. Fulton push back over the conscripts. On north, they're moving up there, grabbing heavy cover there. And similar to how negative cover gives you, really big negative bonus, green cover also, decreases damage taken, but also makes you harder to hit. So again, there's bonus to heavy cover, which is also why it's good to lay down sandbags wherever you can. In particular, if there's no other sandbags in the area, that usually means your infantry has a significant leg up on the opponent. Fulton with the engineers trying to away the Elpern, and we'll be seeing the 2-1 after that. Fulton's going for the engineers here. Up north, they got the victory point there. Fulton pushing forward against the engineers, doing some good damage. Up north here, scram between the Sturmpionier and the conscripts, the Frontovics and the Lancers. And there you go, conscript push back to the Sturmpionier. Up north here, trying to push around and sneak, but instead hold it by the Fulton units on negative cover. Sandbags up here, and he will likely then set up sandbags here again. Up north, they're going for the car point against sandbags here, very crucial. 2-1 away there for Elpern. Sturmpionier with the conscripts. Sandbags in the centre as well. Note he could use the tank here, but at the same time the cover for that one is a bit erratic, so usually by having sandbags up you usually just get more stable cover, plus it just gives you a more longer stretch of cover. Otherwise, the good play of the Oddball, again looking to outmaneuver Elpern, catch him off guard, thumbs up there. Really good play, really good play. Smart there, and we got Spawn coming out for Oddball. Might be seeing some Maxims, more likely field guns, but again there may be Maxims involved as well. In fact, it does have the bulletin here for the Maxim, giving it 2% increased accuracy. Engineers on the way, almost got it done. We got a sneak about here from Elpern, looking to catch Oddball off guard there. Very good. You can notice here, both players looking to catch the other off guard. We got mines down here from Elpern, the Schützenminus-44. Thumbs up there. Controls there, again negative cover, means the easy targets. And it's typically not where you want to be standing around for too long, in particular not with units with assault rifles, since particular high, rate of fire weapons really benefit from it. Obviously, any weapon benefits from it. In particular, units like just high rates of fire weapon there really benefit from it. Anyways, Coh2 ring in there. Constantly need to be careful. All the Sturmpioniers results also need to be careful. Quick retreats from both sides. Flame begins rounding the scene here. Runs tank grenades, and Oddball commits to guard rifle combined arms tactics. Opening up for the K1 heavy tank, guard rifle infantry, the conscripts assault tactics, howitzers, and the IL-2 Sturmgewehr attack runs. He's in a bit of trouble. Medics down there as well. We may see anti-tank grenades, but more like just guards rifle. At the same time, Elpern makes a good push in the south here, taking advantage of Oddball having committed too much in the north and failed. He strikes hard south and goes for the resource points there. Thumbs up. Though it is worth noting, Elpern has yet to reconnect his own fuel there, so he's like doing some resource damage to his opponent. It's not like he's actually gaining an advantage. It's more like he's at this point equalizing a bit versus Oddball. Though what Oddball is planning is a bit hard to say. Also looks like he did lose an engagement. Well, he didn't. He's only in fact gone for 4 units. There you go. We do get the Maxim for Oddball. We do get the Maxim, which is an interesting thing to consider again, considering he's like currently been hit by light vehicles. They lost good map. We got barbed wire and sandbags. No boy, this is because the opponent laid down barbed wire here, so he's landing on sandbags to make sure he gets the cover. That is worth noting. Currently with the game, it's a bit of a weird thing, but you can actually still technically get the cover bonus in some cases, even if the barbed wire is in the way there. Which is why occasionally I see players actually lay down 2 layers of barbed wire to make sure they don't. It's a bit of an engine oddity. Let's sort of move towards the centre here. 2-1 there, grab the centre victory upon the conscripts. I'm definitely imagining here that Oddball will begin churning out guardsmen in some fashion as Elpern once he gets the manpower and the command points. Meanwhile, we do have the max machine gun out there, water cooled and moved around on wheels, known as the Sokolov mount. The Maxim was a pre-World War I era heavy machine gun for the Tsarist army back then. Can't bring calling the guardsmen soon, and I imagine we're seeing guardsmen here from Oddball. Meanwhile, Elpern's gone for the battlefield headquarters back in his base there, and there we go, guards dropping out, and there we go. As soon as he gets them, the Elpern gets up with a DP light machine gun, flanking from to the church, 2-1 taking heavy damage there. Right now, the Elpern's getting a good chunk of the map here as Oddball, and this, of course, is where things get really dangerous for Oddball, because this is allowed to stand on for too long. He risks getting buried by the Germans and tanks and whatnot. Fortunately, taking from the south into the conscripts, though, making good use of the cover they laid down. Again, the sandbags previously laid down proved to be helpful here for Elpern. Thumbs up there. Heavy firing around the centre, maximum in. That's going to suppress the Fulton. There you go. One squad routed. Probably not going to be able to get a wipe here on them, though. Of course, that'd be huge there for Oddball. Still, he's got the guardsmen in there. DP light machine gun's almost ready. We might even see a second guard squad out here. Would put him at 5 infantry squads, and more importantly, 2 guard squads. Which, when upgraded, fight really well with a wide variety of enemy infantry as well. Plus, again, can threaten light vehicles, and even to a degree, can threaten medium armor with anti-tank rifles in their sufficient numbers. Fox in trouble. Getting the assault away, but out in the open there, they are easy tied. He's going to pop the incendiary grenade, but actually runs into it himself. Flak half take off, and then the south foot being shot to bits from the Maxim machine gun. Troops being to assist with that as well. North East Guardsman does the 2-1 the Sturmpionier. Quickly pop back to the church to take some damage here from the Sturmpionier Sturmgewehrs. Guardsman down to half health, force run through the flames of the incendiaries, and there you go. In the south, finally routed, getting the fuel point back. Flak half track though is almost done. We're also seeing the PPS 841 start to tune up with the Oddball. 2 thumbs up. Bit of a rare upgrade in the with airborne troops and whatnot getting so much more popular, but it's not like they're bad. They're still a great assault weapon. It's just why go for assault weapons? You just pick them off like with SVT-40s, like 7th man. It's the typical Chelsea line of thought there, but it's not like the PPS 841 upgrade is bad at all. So if you get a lot of them going, you can actually do some serious damage to the opponent. 2-1 there. Narrowly survives. The entire interior, imagine, is riddled with bullets, and I would not be surprised if someone in there is probably dead inside the armoured car. Hey, Jürgen, get on the radio! Jürgen? Ah, scheiße. Jürgen's dead, but at least the radio's alright. Flag half taking from the south here, straight into the Maxim. Quickly riding from the Maxim machine gun. We got a tank machine command here, so Oddball is just basically moving ahead. He's not looking back. Versus Elpern, realizing he can get ahead to the T70. He might actually get an upper hand here on Elpern. Not a bad read. It's obviously risky, but sometimes you got to take risks to make gains. Comes up the assailed here with a flak half check. Quick retreat there. Oddball does not stick around to see what's going to happen there. He knows it. Back here, reinforcing healing. Guardsman Wallace good to go once more, and already close veterans 1. And we got the anti-tank grenades as well here. Good upgrade, of course. 2-1 are being upgraded to the 2-3, which was the command version of the 2-2-2-1, shall we say, series. No fun fact there. Moving northwards. Flak half tackling about. There we go. Equipped with a early sort of top antenna, those known as the bed frame antenna. No fun fact there. Fun fact for the 2-2-3 there. Close to between 2 in the south. We got Guardsman moving ahead here. Flak half tackling, really good position, course expecting such an attack. Guardsman suffering heavily from it. But that said, Oddball is also very close to the T-70 up north. He got full sums and he needs the conscript, taking some damage there. And he can go for the T-70 in a matter of seconds. There we go. And again, Oddball there, very fast there on the trigger finger. No hesitation, no doubt. He's a man with a mission of socialism. We got the 2-2-3 here, engaging the Sowed infantry with its machine gun. Kidney over halfway down there for Elpern. Flak half tack falling back. T-70 halfway done. Comes with the Sturmpioneer. Flak half tech holding back. The Kholodny almost done the Elpern. And T-70 right about done. Yeah. Oddball, though, is nonetheless back in a prickly situation here versus Elpern. Most of the map is once more back in control of Elpern and the 3rd Panzer Division. But there you go, we got the T-70 light tank out here for Oddball and the Red Army. Equipped with a 45mm gun, which is very much the standard for a lot of their reconnaissance stuff, and for the most part also their early war tanks. A lot of them had 45mm guns when the T-3476 of the KV series. Like a lot of their BTs and stuff like that early on were pretty much equipped with 45mm guns, I believe. I may be wrong in some ways, probably. Anyway, see some moving ahead here. Jump lines moving ahead. Rushing south at sea, catching his Sturmpioneer out in the opening with a 45mm gun to catch the machine gun, forcing it right there. But a good push in north here, and it probably recently struck north rather than south again with fuel point. His closest because he was expecting again Elpern to have a more serious line of defense in the south for the flak half track, maybe like Kevin was there. Whereas north side is probably Elpern thought he was safe, and if your opponent thinks he's safe and that's not defending it, that's where he strikes. So really good tactical reading on the situation with Oddball. 2 thumbs up. This is again a really good skill to have. It's just the ability to read your opponent at this position and will predict where they're least likely to have like any serious defenses, then actually make the strong push there. So really good play by Oddball. Mines holes going down here, plus sandbags, preparing for the incoming attack he's expecting here from Oddball, or from Elpern. So again, good play there by Oddball, very good play. Seriously good play. Meanwhile, back here we got the field gun on the way. They're obviously worried about enemy armor eventually. Of course, he knows his opponents had a field advantage, even against the Oddball Commandoist, which it's the faction that has the hardest time leveraging it swiftly, because again, their tech just costs much more and is in that sense slower. One of the weaknesses of the Oddball Commandoist to pay off an allied strong early game is, they have a harder time transitioning into medium armor, if you will. Compared to, say, a faction of the Wehrmacht has a much easier time transitioning into, like, medium armor, but again, they, stand with a weaker early game. And you have the Brits, which have a strong early game and can also transition fast into medium armor because, common sense. Troops rushing forward into the Maxim machine gun. 9 kills for T2. Up north, their points being seized. Forcing retreat on the Maxim. Troops rushing ahead here. Bit rough issues in there for Oddball, but still, he was able to make gains. He was able to throw off his opponent and buy himself some time. And he didn't lose the T-70 either. Meanwhile, the Elpern leading forward for the German army. Striking hard at the Bolsheviks. Do any more concepts being upgraded as of yet? The answer to that is yet. Back here, reinforcement healing. Field coming ahead. Kholodny was charging ahead. He's trying to get away there. Elpern is being pretty aggressive here, but obviously knows when we get rid of the T-70 is going to pay off here. Woo! Talk about a close one. There you go. Field bombardment here. First shot hits the fence. Ramon Kholodny's lying here. The Kholodny was to retreat. The gunner would later be executed for a suspicion of, collaborating with the fascists. But I just missed! Look at me! I'm cross-eyed! That is no excuse, comrade. Prepare to meet the gulags. Anyways, flag capture there, close to it 1. They're also close to exploding. Truck ready there for Elpern. Flag capture down there. Elpern underestimated Oddball's field gun speed, costing him the flak half track. That's a bit expensive in the face here of Oddball, who now crosses the T-70. Meanwhile, fix up the T-70 light tank here.
Supply lines have been cut.
Also being caught out in the open, being murdered and routed. Strap punt quarters and forwards there. Going to set them on the ground in the car point, around the fuel point. And key sandbags, I guess. My guess is basically why he's doing this is because, again, it messes up with the formation of the enemy. Like, if you sort of notice here, like, they can't really sort of get into a good position. It makes sometimes hard for machine guns as well. Like, if someone sticks out, they're more likely to get suppressed. So I'm guessing that's the reason he put down the sandbags like they say. It's pretty rare to see someone like sandbags sounding that on the opponent's sandbags, but again, it disrupts their formation in a sense. It also clusters them up, meaning, for example, artillery or tank fire has a good chance of wiping them. So I would suspect that's the reason why I'm seeing those K sandbags. Again, it's pretty rare to see, incredibly rare in fact, but again, there is some logic to the madness. It's not just Elpern, being a vandal and defacing his opponent's sandbags like, some graffiti artist. Almost got like kidding there. Fish Sturmhard about to get wiped out. Small win there for Oddball of Elpern. And a really nice intense comeback from Oddball as Elpern so far. Again, despite Elpern having a really good map control, Oddball kept cool, calm, and he slowly pushed back his opponent with some really good pushes. Season plus 22, followed being murdered. Could he see another white pin Elpern, but no, he doesn't get away with that one. Guard squad has got things also proving himself quite handy here for Oddball, but they will need to retreat now. Ooh. Another almost wiped there. Continuing in there. I'm guessing Oddball's next course is going to be the Mechanized Armour Company and trying to get out his own medium armor, like you're going to be seeing some K1s here versus Elpern. Sars out there, T-Sim good to go. Got the southern point here. They need to get some victory points back. In fact, this is probably the one area where Oddball is in a tight position versus Elpern. Still not in terms of victory points. There's a huge gap there, whereas Elpern is, you know, more or less almost at full victory points. Oddball is far behind. And there we go. Elpern going for the Panther 4 Model J. Panzerkampfwagen 4 Ausführung J. Back hatred reinforcing healing. 3-10 holding up. Close of need 2. Panther 4 halfway done. Grab the point here. Demo charge up there from Oddball. Good work there by Oddball. You could of course also, by the way, consider multi, and similarly Elpern would benefit a lot from a light infantry gun. As always, a light artillery is a good addition to have. In particular on smaller, more narrow maps like Kholodny Ferma, light artillery is incredibly good to have. So I would certainly recommend both players consider investing in either infantry guns or mortars, or stealing their opponents, depending, of course, you know, whatever happens. So there you go, Panther 4 out left Elpern. The last model of the Panther 4 was made to be easier and faster to produce. Also didn't have a generator motor for the turret actually, so it had to be hand cranked. Initially the Panther 4 model actually reflected that, but no one used it, so they had to change it, which highlights that sometimes, you know, game balance history, you know, realism doesn't work because people don't like it when things are realistic at times. Fun fact. And ultimately this is a game there's like limits to what they can do. But anyways, fun fact there. Fun fact. It also had a larger fuel tank for more range, but the problem is, of course, by that time of the war, the Germans were struggling with fuel, so it was kind of like pointless. Maybe if they added that earlier. There's Panther 4 putting 2 fight. There's a bit of a mistake there, but Elpern gets a bit too greedy with his Panther 4. Good hit on the guard squad though, takes out almost the entire unit, but does a fun anti-tank grenade there. Field gun shoots, misses. In the center we got the Germans have managed to kill the church here from the Red Army. Oddball and the men are fighting first to regain it here. 2 Kholodny hiding behind the church. Up north, Panther 4 holding its ass out there with the Panzer Commander on the way. And we got a Sturm Pass more on the way for Elpern. Very good. No tech failure for Oddball. Molotov's ready. It's going to make it harder for Elpern to hide in any building, so heavy cover. Also good addition there. Elpern may want to consider some orbital and some elite infantry to challenge Oddball's guardsmen, and of course put more pressure on the conscripts. Max and their closing in eventually 3 on the 8th level. 14 killed so far, very good. We got the conscript flank from the south. Mechanized Armour Company going out for Oddball. Thumbs up there. Thumbs up there. Field gun shoot bouncing off the Panther 4. We got artillery called in the field gun's position here. Artillery shells raining down. And destroys the crew. The field gun is alive narrowly. Go to the conscripts. Damaging the Panther 4. Field gun hold away with the Fulks Grenadiers, but they look like they won't be able to make off with it as the guardsmen arrive then and quickly bring a send to this theft of Soviet property. Hold, we'll shoot! But you're shooting anyways! Well, you know. Formalities. Panther 4 being hauled back there. Back here, reinforcing healing. Reinforcing. Fun fact about the Panther 4, but Hitler repeatedly in the war tried to halt Panther 4 production entirely. First time was because they entrapped in the Panther and just wanted to produce Panthers entirely. The problem was that was unrealistic and left the German army without any tanks for quite some time, so that obviously was nixed. But then, after the Stu 4 was introduced, again, once more tried to halt production of the Panther 4 entirely, and once more they had to convince him really hard that'd be a bad idea. By that time, he actually managed to like hard cap how many Panther 4s he produced a month. It was like something like 300, maybe less than that per month. So it was actually per year. I can't quite remember. It might actually been per year, but you know, basically very small number of Panzer IVs compared to what they could actually produce, which actually ordered in there. Despite you know at that point in the war, they really needed every tank they could get, but you know, he still ordered it. So little fun fact there. Shooting out in the centre here, floating about there. Lines going down the way for Elpern. Finally going for some light artillery. Very good. Meanwhile, got Oddball. Not quite keen on that, though, because at this point he could just go for Katyushas. He is likely at this point setting up for the K1 heavy tank. We got 440 versus on 85. Oddball is certainly proving to be an oddball here versus Elpern, throwing him back time and time again. Line for Gundel will prove helpful. Though again, I also think Elpern benefit a ton from some Obersoldaten. Teaching hard to work here in the south. 9 kills versus 2. Volkswagen's now being blasted. Okay, I'm setting up. The Volkswagen back as well. Back here, troops reinforcing in, fixing up the Panzer IV. Up north here, we got Volkswagen. Oh! Wow, scheiße. Volkswagen there, utterly annihilated. As the demo charge goes off, evaporating the entire squad in a matter of moments. Okay, I'm setting south to the Volksgrenadiers, going for the southern victory point, and the engineers are routed with ease by Elpern's Volksgrenadier. Panzer IV good to go once more, got 11 kills on that, close to veteran 2-1. One squad upgraded with grabbing a PTRS. They can't actually get upgraded. Well, they can probably be upgraded with submachine guns, but they cannot be upgraded with the 7th man. Got smokes in the center, allowed pushing the victory point there. Thumbs up to Elpern. Mines down there. North of Panzer Saxon Infantry. Of course, they dug in heavy cannon and anti-tank rifle. Guard squad gun flanking in there. Had them replace the lost. They've replaced another lost PTRS 41 anti-tank rifle. Steel Empire's leg spotting a mine. Getting straight here on the open of the guard. Move back very, very close to infantry. There we go. Ace level gain. Steel Empire about to get wiped again. That's pretty bad for Elpern. They doesn't want to keep losing Steel Pioneers. He actually gets away with it this time around, but that was a really poorly considered attack there. And then the Panzer IV drives straight into the mine. He just spotted, but apparently had missed due to perhaps some of the tree here blocking it. If he, like was saying, centered around here, he might have missed it. But by the way, the Panzer IV has a lot of trouble. We got Tilly called in here to cover the retreat, by the way. He's doing it so the infantry cannot pursue easily. Giving the Panzer IV more time to get away there, coming from the other side. No infantry nearby. We got the Schwerpanzer quarters, so... But there you go, Field and arriving, taking out Elpern's Panzer IV. Definitely not great that he's down to run out of infantry. He doesn't have like any other support. He's got particularly lacking machine guns to help deal with Oddball's infantry as well, whereas Oddball's got a good infantry mix, plus machine guns, but he is short on artillery. That said, Panzer IV halfway down there for Elpern. The situation is definitely getting a bit more dicey. In the south, troops are ready here for the German army. South side come to the ready to receive them with a Soviet welcome. And we got the K1 heavy tank on there for Elpern. That's going to be a challenge there for Elpern since the Panzer IV Model J doesn't particularly do well against it. I mean, with 2 Raketen for sure, but the Raketen are down there. And currently the Panzer IV is up there. So he may likely need to consider bringing in something heavier, Jagdpanzers or Panthers. Sounds like the Panther IV leaves some extra fuel there. Thumbs up to Elpern, very good. Troops reinforcing healing. K1 almost done there for Oddball. Mines down.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
Panther northwards. Got the K1 out there for Oddball. Rolling out with that one. Early war heavy tank. Turns out they were really expensive to produce and to maintain. The surge, you know, also they were quite slow. And while they did try to make them fast, the problem is they kind of came to release them with the K1S. It was known that, you know, that was basically just a more expensive T-34 from 6 they made. Later they come up with the KV-85, which had a 85mm gun. Sort of, you know, that sense, you know, was basically, you know, the interim solution between the KV series and the IS-2 series. Little fun fact. That is, the south here comes right by the Volksgrenadiers, holding the line there valiantly for the German army. Maximum troops covering the centre. Up north, K1 strikes here. Steel Pioneers close being wiped out again. Elpern, though, has the opposite squad almost done. Again, with the light machine gun, they can add some pressure there, I think, to Oddball, in particular his infantry, obviously, but also support weapons will struggle in the face of the mighty Obersoldaten, giving them the young D-34. getting another one. I think long term be a good goal there for Elpern. Since 2 Oddball scores can do some serious damage to infantry. And support weapons, particularly like a field gun if it gets flanked by 2 Oddball can very quickly go down in a blaze of lead and gore. Line gun holding back here, 2 kills so far. Panther 4 aiming right in the centre, Oddball bouncing up as well. Not a lot of cover though, it's pretty much been shattered. We also got the Maxim. Panther 4 going to deal with that. Maxim falling back in the face of such German opposition. The south being seized there, full going munitions. More troops getting ready here in the base of Oddball. He's actually throwing some manpower here. Maybe he's planning caches, maybe he's planning more infantry, support weapons. He could like, of course, be planning more armor. Going for another K1 right now for some could be quite potent since Elpern struggles 2 K1s. In fact, you just reach a sufficient number of K1s. You can actually very difficult to like stop because you just hit such a critical mass of armor that it's difficult just to immediately shut down. You can just overwhelm your opponent if you know what you're doing. That said, of course, you need to be careful not to throw away his other K1 before that happens. Let's go down to half health there. Losing the northern field point again. Elpern needs to swiftly claim that here. And again, sandbags here from Oddball, very good. In the south here, fight here for the southern point. Still puny, unfortunately, finding out the conscripts. These valiant Frontovics holding off the fascist attack. We've got supported from the T7 light tank. Pen flying south to deal with that. Artillery here around here, not quite hitting anything. Focus on dealing with the conscripts from the north. UCH can do the big short work of them. Easily picking off with their rifles and the light machine guns. On the south there, T7 pushed back. We got 383 to 185. Artillery holding the Maxim seems a bit overkill there, Elpern, to be honest. Seems a bit overkill. Great hit on the Maxim there. But still, waste of artillery. A waste of artillery at that end as well there. But he needs to get his fuel pump back in the north, and I think he needs to do that very fast. K1 being rushed southwards. Panther 4 causing his mind for that. But also any mines. Like right now, if he tries to like get away, he's going to risk getting mines if he takes like the wrong path. It didn't, so good there for Elpern. Interesting enough, Oddball he's going for T-34-76, not to say another K1 or Katyusha 85, but a T-34-76. Nothing wrong in that, but you'd figure just would add more of them. You'd figure just would add more KB1s. You need to be careful of that because again we're the pushing to K1, which makes it hard for him to get the Panther 4 to safety, since he can't shoot through the hedges, then maybe take out the Panther 4. Non-touching with the Panther 4 here. Oh dear, K1 those charging in as well. Shot bounced, shot bounced. K1 is down to less than half health now, but still needs to get the Panther 4 to safety there for Elpern and the German army, Deutschland. T-4 observing, ready, getting to the southern field point with the full gunner dealer. Maximum center being hammered here by artillery fire, another Panther 4 on the Elpern again. Deciding not to go for the heavy stuff, probably because he just wants numbers now. But again, I think you should go for the northern field connected transfer for Panther. I think that might just actually work out versus Oddball. But again, I do understand the Panther. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad choice, but I do wonder if the more optimal choice may not be, you know, sending up for a Panther in this case versus the KV1. I'm just going to go out in the constant in the south here. Fulton's riding by the T-34-76 as it arrives to the front line. Mine goes off, they're almost taking out the Fultons, but 2 men do survive. The other 2, not so much. Still not grabbing the northern field point there. South side we got the T-34-76 advancing in for Oddball and the Red Army. Akema's routed. Panther 4 number 2, they're ready for Elpern. Elpern going for machine gun on his own. Very good there. A bit late, but certainly better late than never. Great in the counter of the Panther 4. T-34 backed up with the SIS-3 additional field gun. Sandbags shattered. Shot fired, missed in second Panther 4 moving in there. Could be problem here for Oddball in the south. Shot bounced. Not so much from the field and off the Panther 4's armour. Elpern just seems to like heading in different directions, but I think with no direct specific plan. Certainly not one that actually involves getting fuel punching it out like more armor here versus Oddball. Ooh, heads another mine. Oddball, by the way, is really doing a great job mining here versus Elpern. Like so many mines all over the place. Jump has caught here with the T-70. Quick in the Penfold support here, obviously, but there's a guard on the way, which may slow him down a bit here in the process. Quick use the button a bit. Builds it there, force retreat, but there you go, loses 2/3 of the squad. Second Penfold running the scene as well there. We got 374s, 150, K1 wing hand. We got a Coh2 rocket launch for Oddball, deciding it's had enough. It's time to get in the artillery, and it's calling the Surge artillery. Fielding in from the south here, backing up the T-34s from 6, back here, reinforcing, healing. Still not grabbing the northern fuel point. That is really weird there, Elpern, and I feel like that's a significant miss that he's not trying to secure himself more fuel. In fact, he's giving Oddball a lot of fuel here compared to Elpern. So I'm definitely not a fan of that move there by Elpern. Definitely not a fan of that move. Could you rocket launch almost on the field? Got something out there for Oddball. Panther setting out. Shot fired. Panther setting southwards. Comes to the ready. Decked by the field on the Panther 4, punching through the armor. In the south, end you've heard for the T-34s from 6. Shot fired, tree shattered. Maximum with the conscript, to put toe as well. Great from the Panther on the conscript squad. Got Kholodny, we got Oddball called in return here by Oddball. Going for the cup on there you go, being straight to episode Altu Sturmovix. Taking damage, getting pinned down. K1 wing head here for Oddball. Panther move forwards. Getting from the Panther from the Guardsman. Got the opposite halfway to Veteran T2. Coh2 rocket launch at the ready, mine goes off. Conscript pressed in the south, folks moving in. Shot fired. Another shot fired there. Direct down the half health. Almost got it. T-34 knocked out. Panther T2, 17 killed. Quick combat blitz here, but with a damaged engine, the only blitz it's going to make like this race is going to be hell. Getting hammered the field gun, Hulk explosive shields raining down amongst the crew there. Not great there for Elpern. Needs to get him to safety. Got to jump on his rushing. He needs to get the opposite in the spot here as well. He really needs to like grab the northern fuel point. Both Kholodny members wiped. Huge blow there to Elpern. Definitely should have not taken that there too close to there. Great kill here by Oddball's field gun crew. Close to the east of there, by the way. Also worth noting, fully manned by guardsmen. Except for that one guy that got merged into the guard squad. So now Elpern has only the Panther fortified against Oddball's armor. Doesn't like a lot of fuel to get out armor fast either. So Elpern's really managed to plant himself in a pretty precarious position. Actually forced to go for 2 more Kholodny then to like back things up there. So definitely not a great development for Elpern. Getting punished here for some previous mistakes again, like not securing the northern fuel point and like any other fuel point here. Meanwhile, Oddball, of course, making use of all this is just churn out more tanks. He's just going for the heavy arm again with another K1 there versus Elpern. And 2 Panthers versus 2 K1s is definitely more favourite for Oddball, even though like 2 Kholodny, because again they got the field gun backing up the KV1s, which has more range than Kholodny. Troops in northwards again, going for the munitions, but not the fuel. Okay, 1 number 2 almost done there for Oddball. The Red Army engineers mining up here. The sandbags of opponents laid down. Sneak a little trick there, and always something to mind your opponents like using some sandbags and letting them down. It's actually not a bad idea to like just throw down a mine because you know there's a good chance you know exactly where they're going and which point you run to them and just get blown up. Sandbags down there from Oddball, very good. Thumbs up there. Both sides made good use of sandbags throughout the match. Going for northern victory. Upon understand that, but you know he really should be grabbing the fuel point if nothing else, at least ensure that Oddball can't churn out all those tanks, because that definitely feel like that's a He's the concern there. He also should be saying, oh, mistake there, Oddball too close to the mine there. Could have been worse, I suppose, but still painful there, painful.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
350% of 13 got smoking off here from the light infantry gun. Nice work there. Constant watch by the southern victory point. Rocket strike here, obliterating Orbiter Soldaten and Falconers alike with the large rockets. Got the northern victory one, got the northern nations, got Kenneth moving in to deal with the T-70. But again, crucially, he's still not bothering with the field point. Okay, one number 2 of the round to assist here. The T-70 flanking like Kenneth very nicely here. Very nicely there by Oddball. Sandbags in the south, very good. Panther on the move. Red Kedner's pulling away at the K1 heavy tank. This one got Oddball swooping up there. Panther's bombarding, field and ready. Got Indians. Almost got the K1 ready there for combat for Oddball. Almost, but not quite. Panther holding back. Catching the comes there with its sending from the gun. Quick retreat there. Sandbag shattered. Going for a combat blitz. I don't know why there. There might have been a misclick. Got the K1 coming in there. Other Panthers ready to support the first one. We got 350s and 98. Up north, the Victor one reclaimed here by the Red Army. Like Kevin can't do much about that. Elpern could soon go for 3rd Panther 4. But he might as well. These K1s like really go for Yak Panther. Again, set up for a Panther. Panther running in Steel Panics out and easy target practice here for all the Soviet armor now sent by Oddball. His little mixed armored platoon. Northern Victory Point reclaimed there by Oddball and the Red Army. Pushing the second, getting a smoke down again here from Elpern. Very good. Thumbs up to that. Though he really should be grabbing that field point. Troops reinforcing healing back here. Heading out in the south. Got K1 being fixed up. More guards now for Oddball. More elite Red Army infantry to challenge Elpern and his forces. Good addition there. Very good addition. Also puts him now at full pop cap. Meanwhile, Elpern's got a bit more to go there. We shall see what he goes. Probably should pull back the opposite Soldaten. They're like bits stick out in the open there. And insta wipe. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure I kept them there. I guess I forgot about them. It feels like Elpern's starting to get a bit stressed out here versus Oddball, and the Sounds I think lose sight. It definitely feels like he might be tunnel visioning a bit much around the centre here. And again, forgetting about the fuel point and other bits there. The south there. So the army are getting ready to maybe make another push. Katyusha found the centre here. Great hit on the MD-54. Arcade Alpha very wisely getting the devil out of there. Panther Marines backing up. The Falconers are now left to their own devices, except for that tank. Got a Falconer flank from the north, going for a Panther and the Katyusha. Won't be able to finish it off here though. Well, at least going to show they can threaten it, but likely going to cost them the Falconer squad. Got the Panther running, heat shells fired. Falconer squad annihilated here. A stinging blow there to Elpern. He's down to just 2 infantry squads now, by the way. Some pretty harsh losses there in a matter of moments. That's his Oddball, and now has the 4 infantry squads. He does not great hit there though, costing several guards to drop dead in a shower of gore. Need to fix up the Panther 4 fast. Storm Puny coming in to fix up it up. Very good. Close to 53 in fact. And there goes 3rd Panther 4 for Elpern, though he badly needs infantry. Full squad there wiped out. He's down to just 1 infantry squad now. I feel like Elpern is definitely starting to show signs, perhaps a bit stressed out here versus Oddball. Perhaps a bit tilted. His decisions making he's starting to look a bit erratic, perhaps. Got the T-90. Really nice deep flank on paper, but the problem is how the hell does he get out of that one alive with the Panther 4? Unless he gets really lucky, which it almost seems like he might be getting, but almost got a K1 tank this one on top of the T-70, and he doesn't lose the Panther 4. Wow! Jesus, this might actually work. I've got a combat blitz going in there. There we go. Almost got the K1. The field gun moving in there. Still need to be careful, but still, Elpern doesn't care. He's just swinging for the fences now. Got 1 K1 there, but now he's a good chance of losing the Panther 4 here due to the field gun nearby. Akem was bouncing in there, lost the Panther 4. I think he should have gone with enough is enough there, because it lacks him to proper support such an attack. Like, I can understand it. Like, he needs to do something drastic, but he should at least have a bit more infantry up before doing so. But still, he took out the T7 and K1 as opposed to a Panther 4. That's a semi-decent trade, but... He's down to 312 as a 93. He's rushing in the Panther 4 again. Need to be careful there. Also still got that field gun, which is definitely proving to be a great investment there for Oddball. Definitely proving to be a great investment there for Oddball versus Elpern, as always. Almost lost the other Panther 4. Sturmpani is hard at work. He may actively consider another Sturmpani. He's got to keep with the repairs. He is needed. Katusha running up, flying away. Looking to Science Line for gun. If you actually stick close to the building, this is more likely not get hit because of that, but oh well. 296 was 93. First Panther 4 good to go. Second one need repairs, obviously. And the south point being seized by the MD-34 crew. It's a close one here still. Close one still. Elpern, though, still has a lot of work to go. He's basically relying heavily on the Panther 4s because it doesn't like any infantry to like seriously support them. He is replacing them though, but I don't think replacing his Fulton with more Fultons at this point makes a lot of sense. You should go for like either Sturmpani as Orbsladen, I think, to a degree. Great hit there from the Panther 4. I'm saying on the entire console squad there. But still need to be mindful of the Ace field gun. Sandbag shattered. Line for gun just constantly bombarding. More folks there for Elpern. Got the northern point, but there you go. Contra charging in there under Oddball's command. And the second K1 is almost done with Oddball. Almost done. Panther's running, getting the guardsman heavy fire. Up north here we got the folks with the conscripts. Conscripts standing out in the open unit heavy cover is pretty great there for Elpern. Means like the non-veteran, basically raw folks activate chance against these conscripts due to their lower health. Like, if he just walked up to Molotov, something, he'd probably be winning the engagement. There you go. Airsport calling the sending. We've got the guardsman up north to assist there. Send for getting routed. Panther 4's also falling back here. Falling out of that one. Smoke's been down with the Third Air Force. Doesn't matter. Doesn't particularly matter. Need to fix up the Panther 4. In the south, we got the point being seized by the engineers. Lots of mines down here as well. Very good. Thumbs up there to Oddball again. In fact, he's been mining a lot. So what will Elpern do now? His odds are looking increasingly slim. His options even grimmer. What will Elpern do in the challenge here versus Oddball in the Red Army? Pictures rock launch to the 7 kills. Veteran C1. Lining up for another glorious assault against the fascists. In the north here, the Panther pulling up, supporting the push here from the northern field point. He's finally grabbing the northern field point. Like, he's been giving his opponent so much fuel there, while again ensuring he doesn't get as much there as he could. Definitely feels like one of the more longer-lasting mistakes in the match for Elpern. Okay, now Katusha firing in the troops. Gain the north here from Oddball, who's just laying down more mines. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Panther rushing in there again. He's looking for those more aggressive dives here against Oddball, but I think without sufficient numbers right now, it's not quite going to work out here for Elpern. About to lose a Panther 4 there, I think. Yup. Main gun out. Combat Blitz, of course, negated. Urban anti-tank grenade. And the field gun's raiding one side. The K1's like pursuing the other. So I get here Elpern's impetus. And again, like, you know, well done. They can easily, I think, turn the game around for him. But when he's at this point, he seems to just be almost reckless there. And thus aren't quite as effective here versus Oddball. And particularly just lacks, I think, the sufficient mass behind them to really work out. Panther 4 there, veteran 3, half H, veteran 4, got northern victory point. South side could be open there. Ooh, shot bouncing with the heat shield there against the K1. Another hit there. Another hit there as well. Troops setting out. 217 versus 90. Panther 4 being hauled out there. We got another Panther 4 there for Elpern. North we got the folks with the Conch and the Guardsman. Seizing the northern victory point. Panther 4 being held back for repairs. Another Panther 4 there for Elpern. Still no Yak Panthers or Panthers. Something they can challenge the K1s, I think, more directly. Again, the Panther 4s, due to the low penetration, just aren't a great threat to the Kiwi-1s, unless like they significantly outnumber them in more equal terms. You're usually looking for something like Yak Panthers or Panthers. Because even like the problem is the Kedmans can't easily keep pace because they're vulnerable to artillery strikes and enemy infantry, so I think that limits it just relying on the Kedman efforts there. So I definitely feel like Elpern should be investing in something a bit bigger than just Panther 4C in terms of like anti-tank performance. East K1 there for Oddball as well, very good, very good. Fixing up the Panther 4 there. Elpern situation looking pretty grim. Both being shot to bits out in the open. K1 they're firing away. Just reinforcing healing. Kitchush is there with 14 kills, halfway 22 there. Go. Panther 4 dashes in. The shot fired. Hit and hit. Emo takes all hits there and one penetrating there. Go. Veggie 4 gain for the Panther 4, increasing its accuracy further. It also used to increase the range of it, but that was too good. That was too good.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
And next level of veterans allows it to see more one stationary, and of course allows it to also fire more accurately while moving, which is pretty great for an upgrade. Straight to the field here though. Jump on shouting forwards there, going for the gun machine gun almost cleared out. There he goes, small win there for Elpern. Can he keep up momentum? Can he keep it up? Panther 4 shouting forwards with a heavily damaged. It looks like this is Elpern's last charge, possibly here versus Oddball. Panther 4 is on, or semi-ace on to get taken out there. Gets out there just in time. Guard take down to the Kedman Fort. Again, the lack of infantry is just really like minimizing the impact you make with these kinds of attacks there. So I don't know why he keeps insisting on making me like doesn't say Orbison, because at this point Orbison are very much crucial because they can at least provide the firepower needed to like make these attacks work, but instead he's using like non-upgraded full grenadiers, which are certainly at this point not going to cut it. Not going to be blasted. Just being pushed back. Panther 4's on the move. Oddball flowing a bit of resource, we can understand that, but we could probably get away with going for an issue 5 here. Another T-34, maybe another K1. Well, probably not K1, doesn't have enough population for that. Panther 4 got the Fulton forts there, no upgrades for them because it doesn't have munitions. We've got 137s and 90. Mine hit down the Panther 4. And ground the centre, we got centre points there being dug in with the Fulton laying down a lot of sandbags to fortify the point. I can't think of about a bit. We got a guard squad holding up their reach to maybe launch a flank. We got the air support ready here for Oddball. Guard squad moving forward here. The east one backed up at the east key 1 here against Elpern's position in the centre. Squad almost being wiped out already. They just don't stand much of a chance there. K1 moving ahead here. Panther 4 halfway to the east level. Great hit from the ace field gun, punching right through the armour. More forces of Elpern. He's hoping, I think, to destroy the K1. Promised ace field can just easily cut through the Panther 4 armour. And there you go. Lost into that. I think Elpern is out of the war. There you go. GG. Game over. Lost here for Elpern. A victory for Oddball. A long, brutal fight here between two commanders in the end. Elpern body had a really good start. Can't answer the issue with you is like transition from the early game to the late game. There's not quite much of a mid game in a sense as with the other commanders. I think that's kind of where Elpern slipped up there, and then he struggled to really come back. Combine this with lack of few points, like secure the times. I think there's some slip ups there, which also I think just further snowball the fight in further. Oddball I think just played a much more simple, but also I think much more strong game. Like he made use of abilities, he mined a lot, he maneuvered better, and I think that sense really just displayed some better tactical sense to versus Elpern. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I've learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell family, but don't tell enemies. This is Plodding, and cheers. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.